car has 7 neutrals. That's clutch. Clutch out. In first gear. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. YouTube, what's up? It's Throttle Havoc. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Jason. My girlfriend AG's behind me watching her 8th gen Civic SI. Yes, it's an SI. It's stick. Yes, I don't know why every Honda guy I tell that my girlfriend drives an 8th gen Civic SI decides to be like, whoa, wait, is it stick though? I'm like, what 8th gen SI do you know that comes automatic? Like, wait, but she's a girl, like, it's an SI? Has a K20? Yes. Has a K20. It's manual, which is part of the reason why we're making this video right now. And it's an SI. Yes. So now that we're past that, I'm Jason. My cousin Alpha is not here right now. We're usually on this channel together. And my Mustang is usually what we are working on because his car is blown up at the moment. We'll be swapping the engine in that soon. But we just did a bunch of work to this car within the last, like, month. Yeah, we did a front end overhaul. Basically, we did some Megan Racing lower control arms, some white line sway bar links, some drive shaft shop axles, some other stuff. Y'all can go check the video out if you're interested. And then we ran into some problems with that, so we had to do 2 parts to the video because the axle, the intermediate shaft on the passenger side, got stuck. We had to wait a week to order that one. It wouldn't come out, you know, so we had a few issues with that. And then after that video, we just did some coilovers. So now we are at this video because she was driving it like a week ago and she put it in second gear. She was rolling up to a stop sign from another stop sign and she was putting it in second just to coast. She heard a loud pop. This is crazy. The car has 7 neutrals. What? Okay, look. It's in neutral. Car's on. Put it in gear. Okay. Clutch is out. That's clutch. Clutch out. In first gear. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. The clutch is completely out. That is insane. What? Oh, wait. Neutral gives a little, reverse gives a little crunch. See? That's reverse. It gives a little crunch, but. Oh, now it's not going in the fifth. Oh, no, it goes in fifth. Okay, yeah. That's insane. 7 neutrals. All the linkages look fine. The shift linkage, both of them look good. The 2 cables that run from the shifter to the trans. The clutch feels fine. I have read some stuff of people like just randomly like blowing their gears in like the weirdest ways, like just rolling into like a friend's driveway on a forum. I saw one guy just put it in gear and it just popped. He lost like a gear or 2, whatever. But yeah, I don't think it's a clutch because the clutch is fairly new. It's a stage 1.5 competition clutch and a lightweight competition flywheel. It's only 2 years old now, so, and it doesn't have any miles on it. So I mean, yeah, it's possible, you know, for stuff to go wrong, but I really don't think it's that. I'm almost 99.9% sure it's a tranny issue. Input shaft is what I'm thinking, but we'll find out. I could be wrong. But yeah, in the meantime, she got a bunch of other parts to put in the car since the tranny is coming down, and we are both in college, so we don't have time right now to work on the car because between, you know, job and college, it's really hard to work on, like, unless nighttime is like when I'm working on doing simple stuff here and there, but to drop a whole tranny right now, don't have the time. So we're just gonna take it to a shop. And while the tranny's out, might as well have them just upgrade some stuff instead of us doing it later. And tomorrow we'll take it to the shop and see what is actually wrong with it. Drop a F in the chat for the car. So just to give you guys a quick rundown on the parts that we're going to be putting on the car as well while we get this situation diagnosed. Excuse my hands, I was just working on the car. Got to wash them. Here we have some OEM spec K-tune shifter cables, which are still an upgrade over the stock ones. She's still trying to keep this car like kind of street focused, whereas like with my Mustang it's a little bit more performance focused. So we're doing like on this car a lot of upgrades that aren't like super duper hardcore, but just enough to kind of improve driving feel. So these are the OEM spec, but as you can see, like this is a much better unit than the stock piece. Next up, in the thumbnail of the last video, we had the K-tuned trailing arm bushing, the front trailing arm bushing actually. These are a pain in the ass to install. Like, actually after looking into it, so we're just gonna have him put these in as well. He wasn't charging us too much to do them.
We were initially just going to take the arm, but since the car is going to be at his shop because it's not drivable, yeah, we're just going to have him do it. The thing is that with these, you have to melt out the old ones. I think in the front, he was explaining that one of them requires like fire to be melted out, and then you got to do a whole bunch of stuff. And we're like, you know what? Yeah. Says a lot of people tend to have the same reaction, but we went with these because one, they come with the whole kit, and then it's also like a sandwich, so they're easier to replace in the future. And I just kind of like this better than how the other ones had to be installed, so we went with these here. Nothing wrong with the K-tunes, but this was the whole kit, so we just returned the K-tune, and like I said, they create like a sandwich, so it's a slightly different method of, you know, how they work, but I like this unit here. So here we have an XD clutch master cylinder with a braided clutch line. So the braided clutch line will help take out some of that slop in the drivetrain, and this is a master cylinder from an EM2 Civic. I'll explain that in a minute. And this is a K-tuned slave cylinder. So these two parts that are OEM and 8th gen Civics, they have basically like oil restriction valves in them. So when you let off the clutch, the fluid is moving slower and it's not engaging as fast as you'd want it to, which can cause like misshifts, or you're kind of, in a sense, like slipping the clutch in some cases. But basically it's putting like more load on the gear set because it's not fully engaging and disengaging as fast as you want it to when you're driving spirited. So that can cause some issues over time, and it can also cause misshifts, which is frustrating. So might as well replace it. And I know Honda started doing this, I think early 2000s. I know the AP2 S2000s had them. The AP1s didn't have this valve in them that slowed down the shifting, but I'm not sure when exactly they started doing this. But yeah, this is probably a night and day feel. I don't know how big of a difference because I haven't driven a car with and without it, but from what I heard, this is like night and day with like the shifting. She decided to go with a hybrid racing short throw shifter. She wanted something that wasn't like super duper stiff. Like the one in my car is pretty stiff, and she doesn't necessarily like it that much because of how much effort it takes to use. So this one here is like, it's still, you can tell it's definitely stiffer, but that's why she kind of stayed away from the Acuity one, because my boy has that one and she's seen some videos and it's like really stiff. This one has a bit more play, and she kind of looked amongst, you know, different forums and stuff to get one that she would like. Like I said, she wants to keep it more streetable, just slight upgrades here and there.
All right, so we're following the car to the shop so we can drop it off. Right now it's on its deathbed on an ambulance. We gotta revive it. So hopefully it's like nothing major, but if it is, well, we're gonna talk to him and see like if it's best to just rebuild whatever is broken, if it is a transmission, or just get a new transmission or a refurbished one. I tried to convince her to get a built trans, but not yet, maybe sometime in the future. But for now, you know, once this trans is fixed or whatever is wrong with it, it shouldn't have any issues for a while. My coworker, we have a little bet because he keeps saying it's probably the clutch, bro, it's probably the clutch, and I'm like, I don't think so, but we'll see. So it sucks to see the car up there though. The shop's like super cool. It has like a bunch of Hondas and stuff. So basically we're at the shop, and it's like, I think like 4 days later now. So actually the diff is what got messed up. The axle slid out a bit, apparently. He said it wasn't like snapped in all the way. Either it was a faulty snap ring or the axle wasn't pushed in. I know initially when me and her dad had put the axle in, if you guys go back like a couple videos and check it out, we turned the car on and we let it rotate to make sure there wasn't leaks or anything coming out of the diff area or anything like that. And we turned the wheel to the right, no sound. We turned the wheel to the left, and the axle was like skipping a bit. And I was like, I don't know if it was doing that before. We looked at each other and I was like, huh. So I took it back apart, put it back together, did it again. It didn't do it. So, and then I tried pulling the axle out and it was snapped in place. So I don't know what exactly caused that. Could have been my fault. Could have been an underlying issue with the diff. Could have been the snap ring on the axle. The mechanic said it was either one or the other. Either way, he was able to file down the diff to be able to slide another axle in, so that's fine. The axle was a little chewed up. I'll show a picture of the axle, what it looked like. Like what he said, he can file that down too, so we may not even need the snacks out to get a new one. And then all the other parts are in, so, well, I don't think he put them in yet, but he's in the process of putting them in. So actually, it ended up being a lot cheaper. We didn't have to take the whole tranny out. But yeah, ended up being better than we thought. So not too upset with that. I know she'll be happy if we don't have to take the tranny out because that would have been expensive.
What's good, YouTube? Lovely morning in Florida.
Picking the car up today.
Yes, sir. Picking the car up. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take it for a spin and let you guys know what's going on with it.
That's Skunk 2 life. Gotta love it. Another thing that kind of threw me off was we drove the car to Orlando, and then basically from that too, we drove to school for like a week or 2 weeks. Was it like a week? What happened?
A week.
Drove to school for a week, and that's 20 miles one way. So they're talking about to Orlando is what, like 400 or 500 miles, right? No, like 300. So Orlando was like 350 one way, 350 to 400. So that's about 800 miles right there. Then you talk about the school for a week. That's 40 miles both ways when you combine them.
Well, technically we drove longer because we had to go to Sebring.
Oh yeah, shit. Hold on.
And then so that's about what, 400 to 500 maybe. Well, the clutch is.
It's hard.
I said no daddy no! Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the new master cylinder. That's probably what was squeaking too.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was the master
smooth.
cylinder. Yeah, you have a new master cylinder. That's what it was. And you don't have a delay valve in that, remember? So yeah, basically the way this clutch works, it doesn't have a delay valve. So you can shift faster without it like delaying the way the fluid moves. So she's gonna have to get used to this clutch.
Oh shit.
We got a whole bunch of parts.
I'm gonna be burning out this clutch.
Don't say that. Don't say that on YouTube. Don't tell them that. She ain't gonna burn nothing.
Do you not hear me right in this fucking clutch right
Actually,
now?
really not that bad.
Oh my god.
Damn, that shifter feel good,
That
don't it?
is
Look at
short.
that. And that's not even the stiff one. But go ahead, we get up here. You gotta like, don't gas it, but like give it some beans. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm too scared for it.
You gotta give it some. You don't have to like smash the pedal. Just give it some gas. I know you gotta adjust to the new clutch and everything. Well, not the new clutch, but the new clutch feel.
And the short girl.
What's your thoughts on the car, cuz?
Feels fantastic right now. We're gonna see how it feels. We should give it a little beat.
Hit VTEC. Rev it out, rev it out, rev it out. Okay. Okay.
I like that right there. That's that real VTEC right there. VTEC.
Honda power, man. And I'm a V8 guy, but I still love some VTEC. So basically what I was saying was we drove the car, we drove the car all the way to Sebring, which is like maybe 200 miles. In total, we drove from Sebring then to Orlando. So in total, we probably talking about like maybe 450 miles or so, maybe 500, one way. We drove back like another almost 350 to 400 miles, right? Then we drove the car to school, which is 20 miles each way for a week. So for it to happen like the way it did, it doesn't make sense because he used the same axle clip and it was fine. He put it back in, he said the axle clip. Huh?
Maybe it was the way we put it on the first time.
Nah, cause when I pushed it in, so I was telling him what I heard the first time was when we put it in, and me and her dad were outside. I turned it right, it was fine. I turned it left, and it was grinding in the diff. And I was like, why is the axle like that? So I was like, all right. I took everything back out and pushed it in further, just to make sure. Like I took it back out and pushed it back in.
Sure it was fully seated?
Yeah, and I did it again. It went away. So I don't know how that happened because the axle was fully seated.
Right.
It was fully seated. I mean, even then, think about it, bro. If the axle wasn't in all the way, it wouldn't have drove more than 1,000. It wouldn't have drove 1,000 miles.
Yeah,
it didn't make sense. Like it would have grenaded itself probably in the first maybe 100 to 200. That just didn't make sense. But basically, yeah, he said the C clip on the axle.
How much on the actual diff did he have to file down? Did he take like pictures or so?
He didn't take a picture. I wish he did. I would have.
No,
but
he did took a picture of the axle.
I had a picture of the axle. I'm gonna put it in the
Then he
video.
said it was chewed up. Like
Yeah, the diff was definitely chewed up.
he was able to kind of like file that a little
Because
bit.
if she was to put, let's say in the future, right? She
Mhm.
was to put more power to it. She would have to change that the one he filed. She filed
Yeah, if
down,
it breaks, it breaks. But I mean, for now, think about it, because to drop a tranny is already like 400 one way.
Yeah.
So you talking about 800 just to drop and add the tranny. The diff is like a brand new diff is like $500. You can get one rebuilt, refurbished, whatever. But a new diff is like $400 or $500
from what I was looking at.
So it's best to buy a brand new diff than just.
Yeah, because if you're already dropping, you might as well. But he saved us from having to She's struggling over here. Put it in gear. But how does it feel compared to short throw on my Mustang?
I like it better. It's smoother to me.
Yeah, because it's not as stiff, right?
Yeah, it's smoother to me. That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, that's why she didn't go with the Equity one, because she wanted the one that was like a little bit stiffer, but she didn't want it like crazy.
Wait,
I'm scared to go to third a lot.
You said what?
Don't White Line sell one for the SI?
I don't know. I haven't seen them. I know this one is a
No. Sorry, the other things are K2. This is
hybrid. Yeah, this is a hybrid racing shifter. He said that he put the original clip that came on the axle stronger than the new one, and he just filed down the teeth on the axle. He compared the axle to a stock one, said it was the same height. So he really doesn't know how it happened. He was like, he said if it happened within like the first, as soon as we started driving it, he would have been like, okay, install issue. But he said you guys drove it for more than 1,000 miles. We took it on a road trip like directly after.
All right, so as you guys can see, Jason installed some trailing arm bushings. Those are going to be a lot stronger, also going to last a lot longer.
Yeah, we did all of them, but you can only see that one because the wheel covered the rest. But
yeah, facts. And as you guys can see right here, got some new K-Tune shift cables. So right here we have a stainless steel clutch line from K-Tune. And as you guys see down there, we got a K-Tune clutch sleeve. Take a look at clutch. It feels fantastic.
And if y'all have a squeaky clutch in your 8th gen Civic, it might be the master cylinder, because it was squeaking for a minute, and I used to put just like WD-40 on it, and it would go away for a bit, but it got to a point where it got so bad it would still squeak. So it might just be the master.
Also, this is a night and day difference from OEM, guys.
Major. No play.
I don't know if you guys can tell from the video, but damn, only if you guys are staying here, bro, so we can kind of
I wish, but
so basically what we got next, we are going to have to replace the valve cover gasket along with the valve cover, because might as well, but also might do a little bit of other preventative maintenance just to make sure everything's running smooth.
So really, next endeavors for this car, first of all, shout out to Mike at Import Auto Works is what it's called. He doesn't advertise, because he said he just wouldn't be able to close, but he does shit like engine builds. Like I showed you, they got a lot of like 8 gens and S2000s here. Dude knows his shit, like severely knows his shit about Hondas. Severely, like one of the most. He was one of the first. He said he was one of the first K-swap EGs down here actually in Miami back in like the early 2000s. Yeah. He K-swapped the EG hatch. And he was like one of the first ones to do it before they even had like
boosted it and shit. Or no?
He's got a bunch of cars, so I don't know if that one was boosted, but he's got a bunch of cars, man. Yeah, so with this car, pretty much all that's left in terms of like right now, she wants to definitely get some different wheels for it. She's trying to figure out which wheel she wants to go with, so there's that. She wants to replace this bumper anyway. She wants to put the ones off like the 09 to 11.
Cause don't they got a bigger air duct too to get more air?
I don't know, but it looked different. It looks a little better in my opinion. So she wants to do headers, but she doesn't want her car that loud. And this, for what this car is,
you can put cutouts on it, bro.
She ain't put no damn cutouts. Damn, it's gonna sound like a damn tractor. It's a 4-cylinder, bro.
Yeah, true.
So she said it's gonna be a minute before she does like headers and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be her first endeavor, is going full bolts on. But she don't want it that loud because it's a daily, even though it's already kind of loud now. Right. She don't want to go headers loud and then all that whatever. So she eventually wants to go turbo though. That's the end goal.
Also, the Beamer was gonna be here very, very soon. I
got the motor for that.
I just got all the parts in. But yeah, man, as you guys know, we got a lot of stuff coming for you, man. So yeah, you guys stay tuned. Go ahead and check us out on Instagram at @throttle_havoc, where we post daily news about what we're doing or what we're into. And also like, comment, subscribe. But without that being said, man, we out.
Remember, it's gonna pull.
Yeah, no. Tire
bang them, but it just wasn't happy about it. Like you could hear.
I was telling him how like third gear, like how I used to grind, and how like when I went to third gear, I was so scared.
Like I can actually bang gears now, because before you could feel the delay valve would like kind of restrict this how fast you could change gears. If you went too fast, you know how my Mustang kind of had them lockout issues.
Locks you out of gear.
Huh?
Locks you out of gear.
It would be very similar, like you get locked out of gear because of the way it would delay the fluid moving through. It wouldn't shift like that. And then this shifter feels really nice too.
I know.
But it wouldn't really.
I'm happy with my decision.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy for it too, because I know you'd be complaining every day about that. Yeah. But man, it is a like night and day difference. Feels like a whole different car.